jump successful.
Sensors online, weapons activated. We're ready to go.
Riftbreaker Novak, please report.
Houston, this is Ashley. Reporting rift jump successful.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
Ashley, construct a headquarters building to secure our presence here. It will allow me to reconstruct if my armor is destroyed.
We don't have enough carbonium to build an HQ. Let's scout for a deposit and set up our base close to it. We need to move quick. It's probably a matter of time before the natives spot us.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be trying out the Riftbreaker. It's currently not released yet. There isn't really a release date. From what I've seen, it says 2021. Now this is the demo version. So I'm just gonna play through this prologue and see what you guys think of the game. So far, I think it's pretty impressive. I'm just quickly go for the in-game settings there. So when it comes to graphics, let me just put down my on-screen display. You can see I'm playing at 3840 by 2160, 100% resolution scale, so playing at native. And the advanced graphics, everything is on ultra if possible, and ray tracing is enabled. So they got ray trace shadows and ambient occlusion. Ray trace ambient occlusion, that's what the ray tracing is being used in this game. You do have fidelity effects, sharpening and variable shading, but I don't need to use these options. So that is pretty much it. Put back on my on-screen display. Yeah, so the game just looks amazing. If you're like someone who likes StarCraft or that type of game, this is something you may be interested in. Obviously it's not quite StarCraft, but it does feel quite a lot like a real-time strategy game with StarCraft elements. So I need to build a base.
Carbonium deposit.
Okay, move on to the deposit and start drilling.
So I got to drill this deposit and get some carbonium. So you can see performance isn't an issue. The RTX 3090 dishing out over 90 frames per second.
To construct a headquarters building.
Finally. Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit. This will help us speed up resource production. HQ construction in progress. Sometimes I wish we could fast forward this part of the simulation.
Captain Novak, let me remind you that even though this is a simulated training exercise, you are expected to perform as if it was your real mission on Galatea 37.
We need to expand the base. Let's build a carbonium factory to do the digging for us.
Yes, we've got much more interesting things to do. Let's automate this.
I love the way the things get built on this game. Is like this futuristic fabrication, almost like this 3D printer on steroids in a way. It just fabricates all the buildings. It's pretty cool. So I need to make this factory that will mine the carbonium by itself.
Not enough carbonium.
So what you can do is take the opportunity to manually mine the carbonium as well yourself while you're building the factory that's going to do it. Factory is going to need to be powered though.
Our base will require huge amounts of power to operate. Right now, we can only construct some basic power plants, wind turbines, and carbonium power plants.
Wind turbines are less effective, but they work around the clock. Carbonium power plants are very effective, but they use up the deposits that they are placed on.
In the beginning, it's best to use a combination of these power sources. We can balance energy peaks and shortages by storing excess energy in energy storages. Also, remember to connect all buildings to the power grid using energy connectors. They connect all buildings within their area of operation, even if power lines are not visible.
So you use the mouse to kind of spin around the mech and then WASD to kind of move left, right, up and down. It's a bit awkward sometimes to spin the mech in the right place. You have to kind of fiddle with it. That's my only criticism about the handling. But apart from that, it's pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to build a... I think I'll go with the wind turbine first. So we want to use as much of the deposit as possible. I don't really want to use it powering it. So let's get that done. A bit of landscaping. I just love the detail and the shading in the foliage and all the shrubs and bushes and the way they move as well. And there's a night and day cycle as well. You can see it's getting darker. That's something I haven't really seen too much in these types of games. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed with the presentation so far. Anyway, that's the wind turbine built. And that's...
I'm detecting a lot of movement to the west. We should build up a defensive perimeter around the base.
Let's set up some walls and sentinel towers. Focus our defenses on the western direction. They never changed the beginning of this exercise.
Captain Novak, we all know your renowned scientific background, but your combat performance in the previous simulation was far from spectacular.
Slaughtering indigenous creatures was never my area of expertise.
Since you've already done this a couple of times, we've introduced some new additions to this course. We'll see what your area of expertise really is.
This guy is a bit of a hard ass, isn't he? Anyway, I'm going to build another wind turbine. This doesn't seem to be... Like the tutorial person said, it's best to build both at the start, so may as well go ahead and do that. Get as much power as possible. And we can start thinking of defenses. So what I want to use is natural defenses. So you can see these two rocks here. All I've got to do is fence off this area. I'm going to go with a 2 ringed fence approach. So 1 outer fence and then an inner fence, because it'll provide you with more time to deal with the enemies at the door. Yeah, so I'll start with doing a bit of landscaping first. So you can actually build lights on your base as well, so you don't have to do all of this in darkness if you don't want to, but... Okay, these guys came out of nowhere. Just shoot them down. Okay, let's build the first walls. So I always use gates that I can walk through, just in case I need to go outside and try to fend off the enemies. And then I use the normal gates to kind of finish it off. I think that'll do it. Now I can do an inner gate. I do need to go and get some more resources very quickly. So it is a game that you're going to need a bit of patience for. It's not something you can kind of just rush. But it's definitely worth it if you just kind of plan how to defend your base properly. Then you can kind of take the time to go and explore the alien world and find all the creatures and the bosses and stuff like that without needing to worry too much about your base being taken over. So we're going to do another 2 fences that I can walk through. Okay, so that's all being sorted. So that's the first fence being sorted. I need to make some kind of power source over here because we're going to put some sentry towers, but they need power, so I'll put another wind turbine here. A bit later in the game you can start using things like solar panels, which is another way of boosting energy. You can use biomass generators as well, which use loads of plant sources to create energy. There's loads of ways to power the different defensive items on this game. So I'll put another one over here. I need a lot of power to do this base. See if I got enough resources to build a sentry tower. Okay, so I can put one here.
Not enough carbonium.
I need more carbonium. If you're wondering what that is, sometimes meteorites just fly overhead and you can kind of follow them. Maybe you can get some rare stuff, but I'm in the middle of something, so I'm not going to worry too much about the meteorite. Okay, so once you've done that, you can use a extension to kind of power your new device. So as you can see now, my gun is operational. This will start shooting down anything that's coming my way. So a bit more carbonium and I can build another sentry tower. The objective wants me to build 6, so I've got a few more to build. As you can see, it's daytime again, so the night and day cycle isn't too long. You get several weapons to choose for as well, so this is like the flamethrower, and you've got like the minigun, and you've got like the rocket launcher, and then you've actually got some other defensive items like a shield, and you've got like a laser as well, so you are quite well equipped to defend yourself. Anyway, let's build another sentry tower. So I'm quite new to this. I mean, this is the only level I've played, so I'm not by means no expert. I'm getting used to it myself. I need to
Some windows don't have enough power.
Base is under attack.
don't worry, we'll deal with these guys. I need to generate more power. Right, I need to connect that to the other wind turbine. So in addition to the weapons I just showed you, you can do other things like sprint, and you can also drop mines. You can lay powerful explosives as well. So you've got these big enemies over here. I can leave like a nuke almost, and that will deal with these guys. Alright, let's knock these guys down. Let's finish the last one. See, my sentry gun dealt with that from a distance. So let's do a bit of exploring. I'll get some more carbonium while I can. So you can kind of do a preemptive strike. You don't need to always wait for the enemies to rush you. You can go around looking for their nests and take them out. So let's go and try and take down a nest. What I do need to build though, before I do that, is an armory, because that's the only way you can replenish your ammo. So I wonder if I can build one of those yet. So I need 100 more steel before I can do that. Just gonna drop some mines as they chase me. These guys tried to come into my base. Can't be having that. And there's a lot of these guys around here. Explosions do look really nice. Oh man, destroying yourself doesn't mean game over. It just means that you return to your base. So I forgot those yellow kind of plants, they explode if you attack them. So you got to be very careful while shooting around those.
This creature is extremely hostile. It can be dangerous to our base.
Kill it before it kills us. We'll finish researching it in the lab.
This thing is powerful. Nuclear bombs will take it out. Let's give it another one.
Threat neutralized.
Right, I killed it. I took myself out at the same time. At least I've taken it down.
I wonder what made it so aggressive. Maybe we can learn something important after researching it in a lab.
Right, so that was important that I took that out. That thing comes on your base. It'll wreak all sorts of havoc. Anyway, running out of bullets. Flamethrower is the weakest weapon out of the lot, so because I haven't got my armory, I'm not gonna proceed any further. Just gonna finish off building my base, or defending it at least, and then we can continue the game. So let's do a fence from here to here.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
We'll deal with that in a bit. Not the most important thing right now. I've got some more enemies I'll take care of. Come on. I don't remember putting any fencing down there. That's weird. Anyway, let's finish this off.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
Trying to get this to join up here. It's not quite. There we go. All good. Let me just repair this. Just took a bit of damage. Okay, so the objective says to build at least 4 more sentry towers, and we can kind of continue the objectives as they come down. So I think that's about all I need to do for now in terms of fencing. So we're pretty much protected now. I'll do a second layer of fencing a bit later. Okay, see if I can build another sentry tower.
Not enough AI cores. Build more AI hubs. I don't have enough AI cores to support any more defensive towers. You will need to construct additional AI hubs to expand our defenses. Remember to build more power plants before you do that. AI hubs consume a lot of energy.
Okay, and I've just built another one, so hopefully this wind turbine should be enough. Let's build another gate to get through. I haven't spoken too much about performance, but in terms of CPU usage, it's not so bad. There are times when a ridiculous amount of NPCs, well, I wouldn't say NPCs, but just sprites and just enemies come on the screen, and it does kind of push the CPU usage up quite high. So it's this isn't a fair reflection on what can happen in the game. So yeah, I'll use this to build. What is this? An armory. Good, I can build this now. This is important.
Not enough steel.
I need to power this. I just need to generate more power. I'll get right on that. Put the generator from here. And I have to protect this as well, because the monsters will just start ripping that to pieces as soon as they run past here. But for now at least, I'm just going to build some connections so I can power my stuff. Okay, so that will power my 2 turrets from here. These are operational now. Let's just defend this. Because power is very, very important in this game. I'm gonna ring fence this off twice. Not good. That's better. A little bit more to go. I think that'll do for now. So, 2 more sentry towers to build, and then I still we're pretty good. So, down here hasn't got too much defenses, so I want to put some down here. Only problem is I'm running out of carbonium, so I need to go around and look around, see if I can find any. Now that I've got the armory, I'm getting my ammo back slowly. Found some carbonium though. Get about 200 and then I'll move on. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so all I need to do is build 2 more sentries. So I'll build them down here. here. I've got one here as well. Should be easy to add the power.
Remember to connect all buildings to the power grid. Energy connectors distribute power to all buildings within their operating radius. These basic defenses should give us a bit of security, but we should try to surround our entire base with walls and defensive towers. Ashley, I strongly advise you to construct an armory. It will allow us to craft new weapons and upgrades, and also manufacture field repair kits, as well as other usable items.
And it will produce more ammunition for your guns. Yes, that is an important building.
Armory construction finished. We can now use it to craft new items. It will also automatically manufacture ammunition for my weapons.
Okay, so I'm going to start looking for nests now. Rather than waiting for the enemies to come to me, I can kind of preemptively take them out. So, yeah, I can see a nest over here. Ready to kill these guys.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position. Prepare to fight.
Use my
We're ready
mines.
for them, Mr. Riggs. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Oh, there's a lot of these guys. I'm gonna end up using all my ammo on these if I'm not careful. Oh, they really did throw the kitchen sink at me, didn't they?
This looks like a hive of some sort. Let's look inside to see if it's occupied.
Oh, I don't think they like that too much.
Any more hostile creatures in the base's vicinity.
You're not detecting any more fighting, son.
Captain Novak. The purpose of this training exercise is to prepare you for intense combat situations. This simulation is based on our long-distance scans of Galatea 37. They may or may not be accurate. You will be alone out there. There will be no communication back home until you can stabilize a rift portal back to Earth. You will have to rely only on your skills and your mecha suit.
Mr. Riggs is the only companion that I need. We can handle the unknown. Just let us do our job.
We've cleared out this nest. This will decrease the strength of their attacks.
Let's gather all the research samples and rare resources that were in this nest. We can study them later and use them to craft better equipment.
Ashley, we should further secure and expand our base. You can build more defenses, or go out and clear out hostile creatures' nests to prevent further attacks.
We didn't have any time to study the creatures that are attacking us. The only thing we can do right now is to fight them or strengthen our defenses. We'll need a steel factory to build more towers. We'll have to find an ore deposit to build one.
Take these guys out. As you can see, not all of the animals are, I'd say, hostile. Whoa, where did these guys come from? Out of ammo now. I'll get back to base. So as you can see, I forgot to build. Actually, you know what? I can just build it here and get in, rather than run around. So I should always build a way to get in, because sometimes you need to get in from different areas to fight these guys. Good enough. Anyway guys, I think I'll leave it there. This is like a general gist of how the game performs. I think it's a very interesting real-time strategy game, and I'll probably be buying this when it comes out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.